Here we have the Altar of Khaine Valkyries taking on the Elftown Privateers. The the custom field for the Privateers has not been incorporated. I know that you can turn off the field in your user settings, but it's just a force of habit that people don't want to see a field. So some people don't use the field that I generate for them, whereas Altar of Khaine does have a field. Usually this is in the High Elf arena as well, but we have just a standard field here. Believe I should actually pause the video and look at who their team captains are. Okay, there she is. She's in this upper area right here. Miranul Mithril. She's a strength 4 character. Remember, you can do a stat up and then 4 primaries with Fend, Sidestep, Tackle, and Frenzy. You're going to have a lot of fun using that player. And I believe we have the Union Blitzer. Yes, Elabrian, the Forsworn. He's another format where you use the 4 primaries in a stat up, and everybody seems to like to have some strength there with Frenzy, Strip Ball, Tackle, and Dodge. Just to, it's probably illustrative if I can just go to my league page and I just can Control F how to make a team captain, because there are variations. Okay, so you can go 3 primaries and 2 secondary skills, 1 stat up and 4 primaries, or 6 primary skills, 6 skill rolls, another one, or 1/3, which means inaccessible skill and 2 primary skills. So that is the way to do it. 3 primaries and 2 secondaries has really not been used, but 1 stat up and 4 primary skills tends to be ascendant. So let's go ahead and kick off the game right here. Elftown kicks off to Altar of Khaine. It's very sunny, which makes passing very hard for this elf draft league. You might be wondering why he's using the half elf guy. Well, that's because he comes with some good skills. In a draft league, there's some passers that have different abilities than others. For instance, this high thrower came with a lot of good skills, not necessarily a passer, whereas this Ford Dodd came with Blodge and Leader. He can pass with other guys too, or he can just be a running team, but at the same time, this guy has all the skills that he wanted. And so the half-elf thrower isn't as crazy as you might think. Same thing goes for half-elf catchers that you'll see in this league. Whereas this is a good high elf catcher. The thing is, sometimes a high elf catcher is worse than the skills that come loaded on a drafty that is a half elf catcher. So you get my point. Anyways, 4th strength against 4th strength. He doesn't have block. He's taking on block. That was very gutsy as the Privateers head down the field. Oh, he really wanted to get that one. He does get off a Frenzy, though. Always feels good to cut down a tree. Block and tackle on block/wrestle. Not what he wanted, but that's okay. Block and shadowing, very nice. The tree is stuck. So my philosophy, you just foul with the leader since he used his leader skill. My idea is that the tree is eventually going to get stuck. I can just not field the tree and just sort of island hop the opponent's tree. The tree is there because there's a spite stunty to get a TTM in. That's the weirdest thing about these elf-only rosters is that spite and then the treeman technically. But we agreed that it was just more fun to have both of those in this stock roster match. There we go. And touchdown, Valkyries. Valkyries up 1-0. The interesting thing about the Elftown Privateers is that the coach has played as the Privateers before in a different league. That's why you see the UFL moniker. there was another Elf Draft League that is currently defunct on Fumble. And so we see this team added in. He has not ported in characters, though. These are all draftees from the generated in my draft list. But I'm sure they have a similar strategy here. Generally, the coach on the right, he's just... this is basically a skirmish game, and he plays it perfectly. He's a very strong player. Sure hands comes into play potentially, no? You can't strip ball a sure-handed player, and that's what what an half-elf thrower has. So that's just another added dimension. In a world where your 10 other players have 2+ edge, it's not that much of a hindrance. Kind of stinks to be stuck there, huh? There is Frenzy, but it's a sidestep character. Good thought, though. Oh, the captain's out of the ball game. At least for the first half. Oh, no. Down he goes. And now the younger coach, in terms of being less senior in the game, has more rerolls than the veteran. But the veteran is probably better at making those rerolls last. So interesting play here, because generally you're winning with more rerolls, but the veteran player is going to use their rerolls usually better in spaces, right? They're willing to eat a failure once or twice. Wrestle on block. Pow! With the 4 strength. The tree tags. That is what he's meant to do. Pow! Goes the dice. It was 2 skulls and a star. That is 10 AV. That is rough. So you have... There we go. Pow! You have 4 slots for catchers and only 2 for blitzers. Technically, well, I know that it's strange that I have listed the assassin as a catcher, but so are the witch elves. So those are 2 catchers right there. And then something like a war dancer would indeed be considered a blitzer because he comes with block. Sidestep, working out for him. Oh no, it's grab skill. That's what was going on. On the attacker. Pow! Just a push. If the privateers can score on this drive, they can 2-1 grind. It's off to the side there. And he's out of the ball game. It was a very hopeful foul, but if he could remove his captain, that'd be very nice. 3 dice. Very, very nice. Tackle on... There he goes. This is a draftee. There's less of a chance for there to be a 6-skill draftee than a 1-skill draftee, for instance, is on the other end of the spectrum is more likely. But Brianella is just a very good character that developed naturally through the draft process. That's a 2+ dodge out, but any dodge out could fail. 9+ AVs, another tough sell. The privateers just have to grind down. And now he's going to make his throw, I believe. For some SP, the bright sunshine added +1 there. It is a fumble. That is the problem with half-elves, of course. Actually, 2+ pass. Good as any other passer. And it was very sunny, so it's +1. Difficulty, anyways. Okay, can he stop it? Oh, the pass. He does have the pass skill. Avalorn catchers come with the pass skill. Can he do it? Oh, this is huge. There goes the 2-1 grind. Because it looks like the Valkyries now are going to win this ball game if they can get the 2-0. Don't count out elves. Just a blank Witch Elf. Can she do it? I think so. Yep. That's all they needed. Ouch. Just badly hurt, though. Nothing permanent. Here we are. Blodge on blank. Equals a knockdown. Chain push. He can at least try to score. Oh, how much movement are we looking at here? He can get there. Oh. Ah, that's annoying, isn't it? But you know who's in scoring position? The other elf team. Here comes the Privateers. Gonna get a very annoying draw for halftime. For his opponent, anyways, it's annoying. 4+ times 2. Catch times 2 on a 2+. And we have a touchdown. Privateers 1. Valkyries 1 as we head into the second half. And the Privateers get the ball. Can they 2-1 grind? Neither team is going to get the bonus points for a shutout. Maybe one team can get the 3 points deficit for the blowout. Still possible with elves. Good little kickoff here. Can the Privateers have a more stable drive? He might with that niggling injury on the opponent. Block and tackle on blank. Because it gets rid of the dodge skill there. May as well be blank. Another missing next game. Now he's down 2 players at first blush. He's going to take root, unfortunately for him. Some people would say to take the both down in that instance. I'm not quite so sure. Maybe he can set up his protection around that tree to utilize them a little bit more. And see, if your protection's good, the half-elf thrower is still perfectly fine. He has all the defensive abilities that half-elf thrower should have with Blodge and Sure Hands. Getting rid of Strip Ball at least. And the blitz. A very hopeful blitz, but he gets what he wants on the POW. Stunner. The Valkyries still have some fight in them. The game is not over. You can always score with elves. You only need 3 elves to score. Maybe throw, to catch, to handoff, to touchdown maybe. You don't need the full 11. You're going to see that this season, I think. Out he goes. That was... Oh, she goes. AV10. Wow. Crit seek. Success. Privateers are playing some control. You might not think this, but you can control the pitch against elves, and that's what the privateers are trying to do. Very necessary reroll. Stunner. Can get 2 dice. Can he? Yeah, that's going to guarantee 2 dice there. Dangerous, but not the worst position to be in. Wow. Kind of dangerous. He might want to foul, and in fact he is. Out he goes. Oh my gosh, so now we're down to 7 players for the Valkyries. 7s on 11s. 4 strength here with Russell. It's enough. Like a tropical storm in the Midwest, feels like. You guys probably can hear that on the mic, I'm sure. Foul. It's almost a desperate move at this time, but you can't blame him. He has to do something, and a foul was better than nothing, right? As the privateers showed the old hand, gonna be given his due, at least this time. At the same time, the Valkyries performed very well. Very well. Block on dodge. Down she goes. There's going to be a foul somewhere, isn't it? Oh, you hate to see that. And she stays on the pitch. 6-11 is it? Not good. 2 dice there. He's been killed. Now things are a little bit more even, eh? That half-elf is not looking too safe right now. But he can always get a teammate to hand off to. Or he can block out of it with a blitz, it feels like. It's getting harder now. Valkyries have a very low chance to win this. But every elf is a hero, with block and tackle coming into play again, freeing up the half-elf. That is some very strong protection. He is giving up the ghost up here, though. That's pretty good, though. That's what he wants, and he's been killed. Terrible. The movement up is very good for the timber problem. That is a loss for his roster. Such as Blood Bowl. Down she goes. The Valkyries are getting brutalized. Oh my god. Is there some blood feud going on here? Not quite what he wanted, but that's pretty good. Ouch. That tree's hopping mad. On a block piece. Gets the POW dice. Off 1 die. There you go. And it looks like things are well in hand for the privateers. A dominating second half with all these removals. Just because you can stay in contact doesn't mean that you shouldn't dodge out when you're an elf. Unfortunately. It's going to try to strengthen up the just 2 touchdowns and you get block out here or wrestle. So powering up this blank witch elf really helped this draft team. Oh my god. That's the second time the ref refrains from banning off a foul. This is very brutal. Pow. That is some payback. With 11 out, I don't think there's a good chance that a one-turn touchdown is going to win this. It doesn't have any stunties on the roster. You aren't forced, so you're not going to see a stunty on this roster. Touchdown, Privateers. Privateers 2. Valkyries 1. It is a mercy. There's 8 reserves. What is the 1 inducement, sir? It is a bribe for the blue team. That's what's been happening. 2 turns to score, including this one. Rough. No rerolls. Can he still do it? Nah, it's going to be hard. Can't do it at this distance. Not without a stunty. 4 strengther. 3 rerolls. Is he going to... Yeah, he's just going to try to get some SP here. He can't score. Block and tackle on Blodge means the dodge goes away. And down goes Mithril. Oh, that'd be a disaster. The captain gets knocked out in the 8th turn. Thankfully, just a stun. Vanilla on vanilla, just a push. As we wind down the game, neither team can add to the scoreboard, unfortunately. And there goes the reroll. Get some SP here. Here's the throw. Here's the toss. 4+. Not what he wanted. And that is the ball game as the Elftown Privateers win 2-1 against the Altar of Khaine Valkyries in the inaugural UFL match. And let's end the recording here.